Hello everybody, welcome back to the Forex channel. Today I'm going to go over more of a psychology and trading performance style video. So I'm going to go into how I leveled up my trading. From back a year ago, where I was taking pretty much any trade I saw, from now being very, very selective and having a strict criteria of actually the trades I'm going to take, and how I actually built that up from, not tracking any of my trades to now tracking the days where I don't even trade. I'm going to go into the benefits, why you should do it, and why you should make it a common practice, every single day in your trading. The main reason is actually to hold yourself accountable. There's too many traders, there's too many people in life that they make the same mistakes every single day. Whether it's in trading, whether it's in your business, your job, the gym, maybe you always miss days in the gym. Then once you miss one, you miss another. Because then you think, okay, I got away with it that day, nothing bad happened. So then you think, oh, it's fine to miss the days. You keep missing them, and then you never hold yourself accountable. Myself personally, for the gym thing, I've now got a personal trainer. So now they come to the house. You can't just say, oh, I'm not gonna do it today. I don't really feel like it. I'm a bit tired. Well, you're gonna have to do it. So you kind of got to be like very strict with yourself, know the mistakes you're making, and that's what I'm gonna talk about today. Obviously, we're going to talk trading examples because that is the main content on this channel. But if you want other content like this, my second channel is in the description. I go more into the lifestyle and finance stuff that's not directly related to Forex trading. With your trading plan, every single person watching this video should have a trading plan. If you don't, then it's likely that you're not actually profitable. People say, oh, I don't need a plan, I just stick to these things and then I enter. Do you know exactly when you have to enter? Do you know exactly when you have to exit? If you don't, then your trading plan and your trading strategy is not complete. In my personal plan, I know that, let's say my entry's here, my TP's here at 1 to 5, let's say, and price is dropping down into profit. It's all good just saying, oh, I'm going to hold till stop loss or take profit, but you need to know when that trade is no longer valid. You need to know that, okay, at this sort of level, if it breaks here, if it does this sort of thing, I'm not going to go into the details because that's for a different topic. But if it does this sort of thing at this sort of level, this trade is no longer valid. Maybe you take 80% profit at that level and then just leave the rest of the 20% to run to either break even or your final target. But you need to know, even if you're in drawdown, is this trade no longer valid? Can I get out for a smaller than a full volume loss? If this is the case, your win rate over time, it might vary, but your risk to reward will definitely increase. You're minimizing those full losses, but then you're also maximizing the profits. Because if you move it to break even, or you don't move your stop loss at all and just leave it where it is, if that trade is no longer valid, you're just holding a trade that's slowly going to take you out. Because you haven't back tested, you haven't actually tested your strategy to know when the trade is no longer valid and when you should be out of the trade because the move has already been done. And once you've actually got this plan in place, you know the exact entry criteria, the exact exit criteria, then this is when my strategy works. And when you break those rules, it kind of doesn't really make sense. You spent the months and months, or even years in some cases, developing this strategy to then throw it out the window because you want to get into a trade. It might be FOMO, you see other people in the trade, you see other people making money and you haven't made that much that week, so then you want to get in the trade. But you got to remember, Instagram traders and Instagram lifestyle, pretty much for any person on Instagram, they only want to show you the good bits. People don't want to follow someone that's just losing all the time. So they follow the people that have the nice cars, that have all the nice clothes, all the nice things in life. But that's not really realistic. And then you try and keep up with them. You try and be like, let's say a trader's got a nice car, he's making all the wins, he only shows you the wins. Well then, if you're not getting as much money, as much profit as that sort of person, you're going to try and force your trades. You're going to try and be like, get into their sort of level. They might have been trading 10, 20 years. You've been trading 2 years. You can't compare yourself to them. Once you have your plan, you stick to your plan. That is developed for your personal strategy. It's nothing to do with anyone else's strategy. It's for your personal strategy. And if your entry criteria is met, boom, enter the trade. If it is not, don't enter the trade. Very, very simple. The programs I actually use for this, journaling, keeping my trading plan in, you have Edgewonk, which is obviously a paid one. However, I think it's around 150, 140 pounds a year or dollars. And you think it's not actually that bad. It's an investment into your own trading, and in the long run, it will make you a hell of a lot more money than 150 pounds a year. I'm telling you that right now. You also have Notion, which obviously isn't designed for trading, but it has a nice layout and you can add quite a few nice features in there, templates and everything like that, to actually create a nice trading plan or a trading journal in there. You also have WillssFX book, which is probably one of the most common ones which traders use. It's not really sort of a journal, but that's more of the trading performance aspect of it. So you can see, okay, my win rate, my average win, my average loss, my drawdown, and all of that. It's all in my FX book. Now you can make it public too. Mine is actually public. So again, that's holding myself accountable. I know that if I make all the mistakes, I enter so many trades and I lose, everyone's going to see that because I've made it public. And it kind of forces me personally to follow my plan very, very strictly, because I know if I make the mistakes, I take some stupid trades, people are going to see it. And they're going to be like, da, da, da. They're going to be typing on their keyboards, he's such a bad trader, da da da. But what I know, my plan works. I've passed many funded programs now. Currently we're running on a 200k funded account around $9,700, which is 2 wins on the account out of 2 trades. I'm not going to say it's like that every time because I don't always have a 100% win rate. On the Challenger I had a 40% win rate because I broke my trading plan. And now since that challenge, my trading has improved drastically. You can see it from my main account. From May onwards, since I've implemented this, it's just gone through the roof, my trading results. I've only taken around 3 to 4 trades in around 12 days, but I'm picking the best setups. The pair I used to trade the most was gold, but because I'm being more strict and gold hasn't really been moving the same sort of way I used to trade it, I don't get as many setups on there. So, GU, the only other pair I pretty much trade, has been given the setups which fit the plan, to the T, and that's why I've kind of got into these GU trades. Gold doesn't fit the plan, it's fit my plan like kind of, but I didn't get my entry confirmation, so I'm not in the trade. You can see it, price comes down into your level, you don't get your entry confirmation, it then goes off to your TP, then you think, the next time it comes into your level, oh I don't want to miss that, boom, price bounces off, you miss it, it goes up by 5 pips let's say, that's half of your stop loss, because I use 10 pip stop loss on GU mainly. And you enter there. Now your loss is 1.5%, based on if you're risking the same amount. And now your risk to reward overall has just reduced, by a fair amount. So you kind of got to be careful with FOMOing into the markets. In gold today, I could have FOMOed into the trade. If I actually just check, yeah, price came down to my entry, bounced off, would have been up 3%, but I didn't get my entry confirmation. Would have got to my first target, didn't get my confirmation, didn't get in a trade. You could think of it like, okay, I missed out on 6k profit, which is around 3% on the funded account. Or you could think of it like, okay, I followed my plan perfectly, the trade went in profit, it shows the overall bias and analysis was good, but the entry just wasn't there. And this is when you can actually look back in your journal. In Edgewonk, you can actually journal your missed trades. So you have all your live trades you've actually taken, then you have your missed trades. So you can kind of see, okay, when price is doing this certain thing, this certain area, I'm not getting my entry confirmation. So you can kind of look back, how could I have got an entry? How can I sort of adjust my strategy to get in on these positions because I'm missing this one every single time? And then you can kind of pretty much go from there. We're actually going to move on to the mental side of the trading now. this is what I use Notion for. So I have a calendar sort of formation in there. If I can, I'll pop a screenshot up if I don't want to show too much. But in each day you can add pages. So I have a page in there for each day of trading. Even if I'm not trading, there's a page in there. I have a checklist. I'm going to go into more detail in this in my mentorship as well, because there's a lot of free info already on YouTube that you can look at on my channel. I've mentioned it quite a lot, different trading plans and all that sort of stuff. If you want the more in detailed stuff, go check that out though. But even if I'm not trading, I check off the criteria. One of them is maintained a good mental state. Even though I haven't traded, was I tempted? Was I almost getting into the trade? Was I looking for trades just for the sake of it? Was I missing trades because I was scared to enter? All of this you can note down. Whereas if you're just journaling the trades you've taken, you don't notice this. And then you make the same mistake over and over and over again. Whereas if you're journaling even the trades you missed, the days you don't even enter a trade, you can learn a lot about yourself and your trading from these sort of experiences. Maybe you were looking for that extra confluence to get into the trade, which wasn't on your plan, but you just wanted to see maybe another wick rejection or another close below a level to get that entry. And it didn't happen, so you missed the trade. It fit your plan, but you had fear of entering. Let's say you were on a two to three trade losing streak. You've lost about 2-3% in a row now this week. And you think, okay, you start doubting your strategy. You don't want to now get into the trade because it could be another loser. I could now be on a 4% losing streak. But you've got to think, if you don't enter, you can't win the trade. If you don't enter, you can't make back the losses. You know your strategy works, you've tested it. You've tested it over years of data, months of data. You're going to have losing streaks. Hypothetically, with an 80% win rate, I know it's like random, it's not going to be 80 trades in a row that have won, but hypothetically, you could lose 20 trades in a row. Are you going to be able to deal with having 20 losses and then having to still enter a trade? Would you still be able to hold it to the full target? Would you still be able to enter with the same amount of risk as you were for the losses? Let's say you start halving your risk because you're in, a period of drawdown. Then you have to make double the profit to make back those losses. So trading is, I'd say, mainly mental, psychology side of it, which people don't talk about. That's why on my podcast, I've been trying to get on people that don't just show the lifestyle, that don't just show, here's a nice car, here's a nice watch, here are my wins. I want people to actually talk about the reality of trading. Myself, I try and be transparent. I share my losses. You'll see on the funded video that comes up, I was holding myself accountable. I was being stupid with my trading. I passed the verification, I passed the challenge, within a couple of days, but it could have been done so much easier. I was in around 7% drawdown in like 2 days of trading. I know it's a bit different because it is only a challenge, it's different from my live account, and that's probably why I didn't treat it like it was an actual account I was trading, because technically a challenge and a verification is a demo account. Even the funded account is technically a demo. So you've kind of got to be careful, especially with funding as well. And even if you were on a winning streak, you can notice, certain tendencies which you were actually doing that was maybe minimizing your profit. Your target was 5%, you were closing at 3%. You see what I'm saying here? You can learn from the losing streaks, the break even. If you're break even for a long period of time, even if you're profitable for a long period of time, you can actually learn from this. Then if you're in a losing streak, or even if you're on a winning streak, how could I be making more profit? I'm closing too early. I'm letting the losses run to the stop loss when I've seen it was invalid before it actually got to that level, but you just want to maintain that small bit of hope that the trade could still be valid. And then with all this data, you can look back at the end of the week, the end of the month, to do a full review. How did I perform? What was my mental state like during the week? Were there certain things which made my trading difficult, that made it hard for me mentally to actually execute my whole trading plan, execute the trades I should have taken? And if you're not doing this, then you can't improve. There are traders that say, I don't need to journal. I don't need to track my trades, I'm profitable. Yes, but you're still making mistakes. My personal thing is, if I'm still losing trades, then I can still improve. I know people are going to comment, Well, yeah, no one can win every trade, you're going to be wrong. Yes, but you can still improve your win rate. If you've got an 85% win rate, you can make it 86%. You can make it 87%. If your win rate's not 100%, or even like 95%, then you can still improve your trading. From the data, with TradingView, there's loads of programs out there. You've got years and years and years of data which you can go back on. And I know the market's changed and everything, but you can start to see patterns. You can start to see where you're going wrong, where you can improve. This is how I personally developed my strategy, just hours of backtesting. I still backtest to this day. Now I'm trying to figure out, okay, what time of day do I trade? What day of the week should I trade? Obviously there's certain days which people don't actually find as profitable for themselves. Maybe you don't like trading on a Monday. Maybe you don't like trading on a Friday. Maybe you don't want to trade news. That sort of thing you've kind of got to keep in mind when developing your trading strategy. If you don't actually do this and you don't really look back at your results, you don't look back, how can I improve? Then I don't think in the long run you're going to really make much growth in your trading and with your mental state. If you're just sat at the charts 12 hours a day, staring, boom, focused in, you're going to make mistakes. You've got to have that sort of division between the personal life and the business life. Personally, I was a victim of that. I was just wanting to trade, live the trading lifestyle. But then I realized that's not the best way to do it. What I want to be doing is enter my trade, hit TP, I'm done. I don't need to look at the charts now. The plan was to make profit or lose. That's always in the plan. With an 80% win rate, you're going to lose. The plan, I executed the plan, executed the trade. It lost, doesn't matter, you can review it. It won, perfect, you can still review it. I've heard a lot of people actually talk about winners actually being more harmful to you than losses. I think it was actually McGregor, Conor McGregor, the best ever fighter, to actually talk about this. That's where I first heard it actually. When he was saying, when he's won before, and then you think, okay, I'm a winner, I'm unbeatable. You then can wake up on a loss. You don't want to then train as much because, well, you're the best in the world. But if you don't maintain that constant growth, it relates to trading too. If you've won a few trades, if you've won that month, like let's say Conor won a fight, he's now at the top of the world. All the preparation, all the patience, boom, it paid off, you won. If you don't maintain that, if you don't keep improving, if he doesn't keep trying to get better, trying to improve, maybe his boxing, kicking, anything like that, wrestling. Same with trading. If you don't improve your risk management, your entries, your exits, kind of go hand in hand, you're not going to improve at all. You're just going to stay stagnant. People are going to overtake you, and then you're just going to fall down, maybe plateau, maybe even go on the decline. And that's obviously not really what you want to do, especially when trading is, your full-time job or your business, as in some cases. But I hope this video did help. It was more of a longer form talking video, which I know some people don't like, but this is the type of video that will actually improve your trading. The ones where I talk about the profits, that's all good for the YouTube algorithm. That's all good to grow my channel and get the people in that are just focused on the profits. But these sort of videos, to people that watch this, if you're watching this now, then you're one of those people that is actually wanting to improve their trading. You're one of those people that actually wants to develop their strategy. And hats off to you guys for actually getting this far into the video. And if you did, comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.